कर्णस्वर्णविलोलकुण्डलधरामापीनवक्षोरुहां मुक्ताहारविभूषणां परिलसद् धम्मिल्लसम्मल्लिकां लीलालोलितलोचनां शशिमुखीं आबद्धकाञ्चीसृजं दिव्यन्तीं भुवनेश्वरीं अनुदिनं वन्दामहे मातरम्। आनन्दाश्रमशिष्याग्र्यं स्वानन्दाम्बुधिमज्जितम् आनन्दाश्रमिणं वन्दे परिज्ञानाश्रमं गुरुम्। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Mahadev Shambho. So we had taken Shri Dakshinamurti Stotram as part of a Swadhyaya in this Shiva Kshetra. We also did the Shri Guru Paduka Stotram. Did you get time to do some vimarsh on that? I don't think so. Vivalnam, the Parikraman, etc. was going on. You're busy. But please do that. The Sarvatma Bhava that is brought out in the Dakshinamurti Stotram brilliantly and in a manner you can connect to. It is the Siddhanta Pratipadana that is there, that has been done in the Dakshinamurti Stotram. But still you can connect, you can relate to it because you have the Ashtamurti Upasana also coming up. And then of course the Guru Paduka Stotram, which is so dear to the heart of any Shishyottama, that is, or Sadhakottama, that is a Shishya. The physical presence of the Guru, yes, but it is never contaminated because the Shishya attempts to see the cosmic also in the Guru Tattva. And the beauty is because of that resonance, because of that harmonizing, because of his Shishya Bhava, all that is to happen through Hatha happens through Prasada. The Jagaran, etc. happens. And the Aikya, Tanmayata, Purvak Aikya also happens. So the Shishya transcends his own limitations, personality. तो वो भी किया था. अभी जो है गुरु भजन स्तोत्र हमने प्रारंभ किया. कलाभिकल्पिताशेष भुवनानंद भोजनम क्रीडंतं त्रिपुरे नित्यं परसंविद गुरुं भजे. कलाभिकल्पिता अशेष भुवनानंद भोजनम. That Shakti which creates, sustains, destroys, that Samvit Shakti I revere. गुरुम अहम भजे. श्री गुरु रूप से मैं उसका आवाहन करता हूँ, स्मरण करता हूँ, चिंतन करता हूँ. बाप रे, ये तो अखंड चैतन्य शक्ति है और मैं यहाँ पे एक अल्पज्ञ हूँ. सो व्हाट अबाउट मी? हाउ डू आई कनेक्ट? हाउ डू आई रिलेट टू दिस? अरे त्रिपुरे नित्यम क्रीडंतम ताम गुरुम अहम भजे. ये मैं जो है इन दिस शरीर ऑल्सो देयर इज़ दैट स्पार्क ऑफ चैतन्य. आई एम, अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई एम दिस, बट व्हाट इज़ दैट प्योर मी? सो माई कर्तृत्व, bhoktritva I offer to the Guru. My Kriya Shakti, my power of Ichha, Bhavnatmak and Jnana Shakti I offer. And then I realize that Shakti is the same, that Aikya, again transcending all the limitations, superimposed, so to say, on the Atman, the Jiva Bhava. Shivoham Bhavna alone remains. So that Parasamvid Gurum Aham Bhaje. And how do I go about it? Well, I have been initiated. Haryakaram, Harakaram, Rinkaram va Ambikatanum. By being given a mantra, a Shiva mantra, or a Vishnu mantra, a Devi mantra, a Bijakshara Yukta mantra maybe, or just a form that I have to meditate upon. But in the process, through the purification, through sheer intensity, through devotion, Hridaye Advaitam Atmanam Dyotayantam Gurum Bhaje. I am not saddled with some Ishtadevata. My Ishtadevata, your Ishtadevata. My Ishtadevata is more powerful. No. In the Hridaya, the Shishya is made to realize through the dawn of intelligence, Buddhi, and through his own spiritual perception, Advaitam Atmanam Dyotayantam. The Guru who manifests this, who ensures that the sadhaka is brought, the adhikara is brought in the sadhaka, and finally the truth is revealed to the sadhaka. To that Guru, I am doing this namaskara, I am doing the bhajana of that Guru. In every perception, because of the Guru's smarana, the so-called mundane has also been spiritualized. There is a laukika, vyavaharik guidance that I seek. But through and through, underlying all that is the constant awareness of the Guru's presence, and that protects the Shishya. And through that, he realizes the Advaitam Atmanam. Coming to the personal form of the Guru, so when we visualize in our parampara, Adi Shankaracharya, Shiva Priyam Chagale, Shiva Priyam Gale, Rudraksham Mala, Bhale Tripundrakam, Kare Samvinmayim Mudram Dharayantam Gurum Bhaje. He who is steeped in his own upasana, Atma Rupena, he is doing the Shiva Aradhana, Shiva Priyam. He wears the external whatever emblems of the Shiva Tattva, they are so purifying. That Guru, I do the bhajana of. Kare Samvinmayim Mudram. And the gesture, the Chin Mudra, like Dakshinamurti, he who displays that, making it abundantly clear that our goal is self-realization. It's been very nice the last 3-4 days. It was so unnerving when I came here. Clouds, all sorts of forecasts. I think you people are punyatmas. And now you people are going and it's got cloudy again. I'll have to endure 3 more days of rain, I suppose. Kashaya vasano upetam, the ochre robes, Kashaya vasana upetam, धारण किए हुए जो गुरु हैं. करुणार्द्र विलोचनम, करुणा से आर्द्र हुए हैं जिनके नेत्र, वो स्वयं विरक्त हों. उनकी ऐसी तितीक्षा है, इतना तपस है कि उनको इस संसार से कुछ न लेना न देना. पर हम जब जाते हैं, हमारा दुख व्यक्त करते हैं, तो उनकी आँखों में वो करुणा झलक आती है. So who empathizes with us and who can understand our pain, even the laukika pain, give us some remedies, but point the way again to the spiritual truth which can alone eliminate in its entirety the papajanya pain, the dukkha of samsara. Karunardra vilochanam kamari sevana saktam kalma shagnam gurum bhaje. He who burns away all the dross that is impeding our perception of our own self. What a tragedy. So this conviction has to be built through every satsanga, through every manana. My goal is self-realization. It's not you suddenly say, okay, I want mukti. I am mukta. I need to know my Shiva Swarupa. Isn't it a tragedy I have forgotten this? So that attention to that aspect of my own self, may I build on that? May I bring that? So all the sadhanas are given. Shamadamo, Parati, Titiksha, etc. So Titiksha is also there. We do tapas. Whatever efforts you make in your spiritual sadhana, japa, vrata, patha, etc., the time you give for that and to sustain it, your willpower, that is tapas. Then in the laukika level, the sahanam sarva dukkhanam, apratikara purvak, without any reaction. Oh, you just accept, people will just walk over you. Use your intelligence also. There is something that you have to endure, a little more in a domestic situation maybe. And in the office you have to assert yourself also. But still you are just tolerating it. You are not getting overpowered by it. That intelligence also should be there when we talk about enduring everything. Main thing is apratikara purvakam, without any reaction. Oh, why this sort of a feeling? Chinta vilapa rahitam. Without chinta, what will happen in the future? Without vilapa, why has this happened? So finally we are being brought into the, so to say, present. Very much learning to live in the present. You can't live anywhere else, but we make valiant efforts to denying the present. Okay, live in the future. So all the sadhanas also have to be, even when you do your sadhana, you have to make attempts to ensure that you are maintaining that presence in the present. We'll go into that later. Shritarti bhedana udyuktam. Ashrita jo hai, those who have surrendered, taken refuge in him. Shritarti, arti, their dukkha, bhedana, in removal of that, udyukta, who is satata. The Upadesha comes according to the adhikar of the Shishya. An aparipakwa sadhaka who comes, he is not told, hey, you are Brahman, forget this. Nothing will make sense. You do this sadhana, you can help yourself, etc. That guidance is given, the appropriate guidance. So that Gurum aham bhaje. And on all that, Sharmadam, yes, because of the blessings, Sharmadam, शर्म देने वाले हैं. शर्म यानी जीवन में जो आवश्यक है, ऐश्वर्य इत्यादि हम जिसकी हम अभिलाषा करते हैं, वो भी देने में सामर्थ्य है जिन गुरुओं का. अपने निज तप से ऐसे गुरु का मैं ध्यान करता हूँ, उनका भजन करता हूँ. शर्मदम शम शोभितम, बट हिज शर्म इज द शमदम उपरति तितीक्षा एट्सेट्रा, द तपस दैट ही हैज gone through in seva of his guru, because paramparagat this knowledge has come. So that Gurum aham bhaje. We have done all this, so I am just recapitulating. Sanshayo chedane daksham rakshit acharya santatim. Sanshaya uchedane daksham. The valid doubts that arise in the mind of the sadhaka. I have heard, I have understood intellectually, but I am not able to grasp it. Or there are some intellectual doubts also. So those need to be clarified. So the process of vimarsha, paramarsha, who entertains, who encourages that. Don't just accept, test out, understand. Atmasat karna hai jo sunte hain. So that prakriya who initiates. That Gurum aham bhaje. Rakshit acharya santatim. Rakshit acharya santatim. And then you have the Swanatha Karapathoja. So Rakshit acharya santatim can be he who has received this knowledge from the parampara, who treasures it, knows its value, and is willing to hand over also. And Swanatha Karapathoja, Swanatha, we have done this. Karapathoja, Sanjatam Sadgurum Bhaje. He who has been fashioned by his own guru, so is adept in transmitting also of that jnana. That Gurum aham bhaji. Then even better, I am Dikshit, I have made a sankalpa and I fall, I don't come up to the mark, all that pain is there. And at that time when the Shishya approaches, the Guru has to give the Upadesha. What was the Upadesha in the last stotra? Prayashchitam Param Satyam. Exactly. Shri Guru Paduka Smriti. So एक उपाय बताया था. तो यहाँ पे भी मैं दीक्षित हूँ तो मैं प्रयत्न कर रहा हूँ, मेरी कुछ कमियाँ रहती हैं, तो मैं क्षमा याचना करता हूँ क्योंकि मैं दीक्षित हूँ. I have taken the sankalpa. And here this shloka is bringing out very clearly, Dikshitam Shishya Mokshate. The Guru also has made a commitment. This jiva has to be liberated. So Dikshita, in this divine relationship, the Guru Shishya relationship, the Guru is also Dikshita. Even if the Shishya falters or even maybe forgets, there are so many reasons, the external demands, etc. Still, the Guru Shakti is there to remind at the correct time. And Dikshitam Shishya Moksharthe. In the moksha of the Shishya who has been Dikshita, that Gurum Aham Bhaje. Sakshatkrita Mahatpadam, Sakshat Dakshina Mukha Devansham. He who gives the final Upadesha in Mauna, and that complete communion in silence, the Jnana is revealed, the Atma Tattvam. So who has that capacity? That Gurum Aham Bhaje, Swayam Brahmanishtham Gurum Bhaje. Then Kridantan Tripure Nityam Parasamvid Gurum Bhaje. Now the very active process of burning away the dross has been brought out in the next shloka. We did this yesterday. Granthim Bhitva Viniryantam Varshantam Gagane Mrutam Koti Vidyut Pratikasham Shakti Punjam Gurum Bhaje. This is not just the Nirguna Nirakara which is beating against my Atman and someday I'll realize it. This is the active Sankalpa Shakti of the Chiti Shakti which has come to me as Guru, and that when I invoke it through the mantra, do the correct pranayam, has to awaken. So Granthin Bhitva, removing all tamoguna, removing all emotional confusion, etc., fortifying me. There's a tremendous power of emotion. So even as we go into Vedanta, the Upasana, Kritopasti alone has the adhikara for Vedanta Shravana. Because he is already motivated, he is guided. Okay, do this, do this. After some time, the Vidhi Nished fades off. He is already motivated. So since he is moving ahead, the Shruti Vakya just comes, Vedanta just comes as not this. He just looks for approbation. No, he is prepared for what next? I will move forward. With that impetus, the Kritopasti goes ahead and he attains to his own Swarupa. So Granthin Bhitva Viniryantam. So this has been brought out very nicely. Prakashamanam Prathame Prayani, breaking through all the Granthis, and then Shiva Shakti Aikya and Amruta Rupena Varshantam Gaganemrutam, like a cloud burst. Koti Vidyut Pratikasham, in the Agnya Chakra, who is revealed for a flash, for a millisecond, like a flash of lightning, that Shakti Punjam Gurum Aham Bhaje. When we describe it like this, it feels, yes, there is a Triputi here, and that is why we don't harp on this. Triputi means, and we can easily get stuck in this. Swamiji, I was meditating, I meditate, then what happened? I saw a blue light, or I saw this. What about it? No, what is it? Are you happy with it? Yes, then be happy. What do I do? So if that is an achievement, mundane achievements not very successful, spiritual achievements is the next goal, fine, good. If you take it as a step, leave it as a step, or it is a landmark. You know, when you're going on the highway, 50 kilometers, 40 kilometers, you don't get out of the car and hug it, oh, I'm 50 kilometers away. Leave it, you go ahead, no? Yeah, that's all. So if that is there, then this object, whatever you feel, I experienced or saw something, there is still Triputi there. Now because of the Vedanta, Chintana, Shravayantam Anisham, the Guru is constantly guiding. So this sort of a thing, that Triputi is still this cannot be Brahmajnana. So sadhaka is not fooled. He continues, persists. He doesn't get satisfied with some whatever anubhava, and that is inevitable, the anubhava. But still go beyond till you realize, and then there's nothing left. Maunam Acharet. Then this we have to take, we start from here. Janayitva nijanande rakshitva mam kshane kshane payayantam bhaktirasam matrubhutam gurum bhaji. Janayitva nijanande, janayitva, having given birth to, nijanande, in his own swarupa, in his own ananda, having delivered the Shishya not as something separate, in his own swarupa, released him into his own swarupa, where there is no dvaita, my atma, your atmana, in that atma tattva, rakshitva mam kshane kshane, protecting me at every stage, kshane kshane, pratikshana, hangmukhar sudayam boshedma, hangmukhar yogechira, agura, पाययंतम भक्तिरसम, भक्तिरस पिलाते हुए मुझे, पाययंतम, you pay attention here, there are two people to bring up. पाययंतम भक्तिरसम मातृभूतम गुरुम भजे. Amidst all relationships, connections, etc., the one that comes forth as the strongest is the Guru Shishya, because it fulfills all relationships. It is the most demanding, I can say, and the most fulfilling also. That being the case, nothing else is being denied to the Shishya, but the Guru Shishya relationship is the most sweetest. The upama is generally given of a child and the mother, totally dependent child and very protective mother, but it's much, much more than that, because we are not children. We are aware of ourselves as very intelligent, with the capacity to take decisions on our own, and still the overwhelming presence of the Guru, the Shishya surrenders. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. So having delivered me in his own swarupa, in the Atma swarupa, and protecting me at every stage of upasana, guiding me, the prodding, the corrections, everything, all inclusive, रक्षित्वा माम क्षणे क्षणे, रक्षण करते हुए मुझे क्षणे क्षणे, पदे पदे, पाययंतम भक्तिरसम, भक्तिरस पिलाते हुए, because that component, what is bhakti? Bhaktireva gariyasi in Vivek Chudamani, and that is swarupanusandhana. As the swarupa of the Atman has been, so to say, defined by the Guru through whatever lakshana, yukti, Shastra Praman, meditating on that, that alone I am, this I am, Ashnitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhavavan, building on that conviction, but that requires a lot of emotional strength also. So Bhakti Ras दिलाते हुए जो मुझे अग्रसर कर रहे हैं, ऐसे गुरु का मातृभूतम गुरुम अहम भजे. माँ सदृश जो है, like the mother, guiding at every stage, protecting me, having delivered me, taking me ahead, that Gurum Aham Bhaji. Once you have understood the meaning, it is necessary that you go through this stotra repeatedly and understand what are the 12 facets that have been brought out. Dvadashatmanam stotram idam. Matrabhutam Gurum Bhaje, Shakti Punjam Gurum Bhaje. Now this is the 10th shloka. Ananya Bhavanagamyam Abhayam Jyotirantaram Ichha Jnana Kriya Moolam Atma Rupam Gurum Bhaje. Even in the Kridantan Tripure Nityam, in this Sharira itself, the three Puras, the Sthula, Sukshma, Karana Sharira, or the Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Avastha, whichever the three you take, the Anusyut, there is one Aham, Shuddha, Aham running through, and much beyond it, not limited by this, not defined by the three Avasthas or the three Shariras. That I am. That is the Upadesha. Here, realizing that as your own self has been brought out, is being emphasized. Aikatas na Makshi, with all the Makshi Chavaza. How does one approach that tattva? Oh, there is some Shakti in me. No, there is something more in me, and this is me. That has to be brought out. So here, Ananya Bhavana Gamyam. Anya is different. Ananya, non-different. Ananya Bhavana Gamyam. Gamyam, Prapyam, that which is attained. How? Through the Ananya Bhavana. The Upasana is done, and then the Ishta Devata or whatever you're contemplating is not seen as something other than you. You have already transcended name, form. Whatever form we objectively sort of, to bring our mind under control, we visualize. At a certain stage, there is no attention being paid to the form. It is more the nada of the mantra that goes on. And at that stage, the Ananya Bhavana has to be maintained. Aham Rupena, bas, I am perceiving this not as something different, and that excitement of, oh yes, this is me. Ananya Bhavana Gamyam. वो जो प्राप्त होता है अनन्य भावना से, मेरे से कुछ अलग है इस भावना को रख के नहीं. So a lot of bhakti etc. is already there, and the intellectual conviction also, and then the upasana, then the brahmakara vritti. Ananya bhavana gamyam abhayam. Abhayam vai praptosi Janaka. The Shishya asked, have I attained finally to Brahmagyan? Abhayam vai praptosi. You have become self-enlightened, nahi? Abhayam vai praptosi is the Ashirvad given. You have reached the Abhaya Padvi. Dvitiyad vai bhayam, where there is Dvaita, there is Bhaya. You have reached your Akhanda Swarupa, the Ananta Swarupa, the Advaita Atma. So you have attained to the Abhaya Padvi. There is no fear now. There is nothing else other than you. So in that state, Abhayam. So Abhayam, that is the Atma Tattva. Jyotirantaram, the Prakasha, Kashika, we had brought this out yesterday. Varanasi, is it Varanasi or is it the heart? Both are applicable. So, Jyotirantaram, you just close your eyes, what do you see? Darkness. No, you realize yourself, that presence, aham rupena. Jyotirantaram, ichha jnana kriya moolam. As a jiva, as a conscious entity, I understand myself as being conscious. Why? Because I can work, I can feel, I can think. So these powers of Ichha, Jnana, Kriya, Moolam, the Adhar for that Chiti Shakti. Ichha, Jnana, Kriya, Moolam, Aham Rupena, Aham Bhavanaya, Jnayate, Gamyam, Atma Rupam, Gurum Bhaji. The final, Atma Rupam, Gurum Bhaji. Ishvaro Gururatmeti, Murti Bheda Vibhagine, Vyomavad Vyapta Dihaya, Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. This is the absolute upasana, the culmination of Dakshinamurti upasana. The Ishvara Guru is perceived as the Atman. Atma Rupam Gurum Bhajiya. That is the Brahmatman, not the individual struggling. The state of the Guru, so to say, because that question comes up, Sthita Prajnasya ka bhasha, Samadhistasya Keshava, how does he act, how does he survive, how does he live? Deshikeshwara Pashwadi Bheda Shunyan Chidambaram, Deshakaranavacchinnam Nirvikalpam Gurum Bhaje. From the Saguna going into the Nirguna, Atma Rupa, and here since there is no duality, it is the Nirvikalpa Atma. Deshikeshwara Pashwadi, Deshika Guru, Ishwara, Pashwadi, Bheda Shunyam, not seeing any difference because the Atman is one. That identification has happened correctly. Deshikeshwara Pashwadi, Bheda Shunyam, Chidambaram, pure consciousness, the Chiti Shakti. Deshakala Anavacchinnam. Again, Deshakala Kalana, Kalpita, with this the samsara goes on. So Desha Kala, unrestricted by Desha and Kala, and that can only be the Shuddha Atman. Desha Kala Anavacchinnam Nirvikalpam Gurum Bhaje. It is like Atma Rupena Grihitam. It is not just a flash of intuition, It is an abiding conviction, a realization. So nirvikalpam gurum bhaje. What was brought out in the 10th shloka is now completely established in the 11th shloka. Please try to understand these, the cadence or the sequence also. Then comes the beautiful exaltation of the Shishya. Majjanma janma saphalyam aho jatam ayatnatah yadaghri renu samsparshat tamanandam gurum bhaje tam satchidanandam gurum aham bhaje. Why? The Brahmanishta exalts in that. Majjanma janma saphalyam, the safalata of janma janmantar ki safalata. Ek janma mein I have achieved so much, I am satisfied. No, this is still a जीव भाव. जन्म जन्मांतर का एक जो क्लेश है वो निकालना केवल आत्मज्ञान से ही हो सकता है, क्योंकि देखा तो संसार में दुख ही ज़्यादा है आधिक्य मात्रा की दृष्टि से. सो प्रत्येक दुख से निर्लिप्त हूँ मैं, ये समझना आत्मज्ञान से ही होता है. इसलिए जन्म जन्मांतर का साफल्य, I have attained to that. Majjanma janma saphalyam aho ascharya. Jatam has happened ayatnatah, without my efforts. Look at that. That is what I was asking for. Now simply one chamatkar and I am enlightened. The efforts have been put by whom? By the jiva, and suddenly to realize you are not touched by this. There is no kartrutva, bhoktritva at all in me. I am the Satchidananda Swarupa. That realization, in that relief, in that jnana, the Shishya, the Guru himself now, the Shishya, the Prabuddha Shishya is exulting in that. This was a sheer, the karan kya tha uska? Pure anugrah, shuddha anugrah se hua. Yadangri renu samsparshat tamanandam gurum bhaje. All the efforts made by you in the dream that you were suffering in, whatever, okay, are futile. When you get up, you know you were never touched by that. So this sort of an awakening has happened because of the grace of the Guru and not because of my efforts alone. The efforts are there as long as there is kartrutva, bhoktritva. You feel you are responsible, there is a cause and effect that you see, if I do this, I get this. If I don't do this, I don't get this, etc. Till you are enmeshed in that, yes, efforts are there, your sadhana, your upasana, but the ultimate jnana is a result not of one's self-effort but of sheer grace. That anugraha, because of that anugraha, majjanma janma saphalyam aho jatam ayatnatah, without my efforts alone would never have, because they were efforts of an individual. The grace of the divine had to descend to release that individual into his own Shiva Swarupa. Katham jatam yad anghri renu samsparshat tadrisham gurum aham anandam satchidanandam gurum aham bhaji. यद अंघ्रि रेणु संस्पर्शात, जिसके चरण कमल की धूल की एक कणिका मात्र से क्योंकि शिष्य ने धारण की, ये टोटली सरेंडर्ड. तमानंदम गुरुम अहम भजे. श्री गुरु द्वादशात्मानं ध्यात्वा स्तोत्रमिमं पठेत साधकोत्तम संविद दृष्टि सौष्ठव हेतवे. फल है, यूं द कारण. क्या बताएंगे आप? The patha is done of this stotra having meditated upon the 12 aspects of the Guru Shakti. And what is the purpose of doing this? Anybody? Kimartham? Kim prayojanam syatasya pathasya? Punya medka? Nartaji, anikal hai. You like it? Yes, that also. Yeah, what can you aspire to achieve through this stotra? It is declared here. Samvid drishti saushtava hetave. That is the karana, hetu. Samvid drishti, jnana drishti. clarification, a perception, a correct perception of the Atma Tattvam. That is the goal. So that is established, that purification of all the Vedanta that you study, all the manana you have done, it crystallizes once you go through the stotra repeatedly, because it is something that can appeal to you. It is not very impersonal. So that also fortifies you. Payayantam bhakti rasam matrabhutam gurum aham bhaji. So you're motivated, it becomes easier, resistance to that of the jiva bhav, the ahankar fades off. Remember, when we talk of ahankar in this context, it's not the laukika ahankar. Ahankar, oh, he's very egoistic, etc., etc. We say, yes, that on a relative level, you can see a person. But in the spiritual sense, it is the simple, that identification, that individuality, which is a big nuisance. And that one has to realize it is an impediment, and then the prakshalana that happens, it's a purification of the aham in sharanagati. So the ahankarana, the ahankar in a spiritual level is extremely subtle, and it is not easily understood also, it is not easily appreciated. It is in the Guru Upasati that it reveals itself, and the Shishya realizes how much he is dependent on his own ahankara. And ahankara, yes, it is necessary. As a jiva, you have to take care of yourself, that identity, I am this, others, I have to be protected, etc., etc. Once the Sharanagati begins, that attitude pales off. There is an oughtness to things, there is something that needs to be done, let me be doing that. Guided by the Guru, in the presence of the Guru, with that conviction, then what will happen to me doesn't arise. If that protection is not there, then yes, that self-will continue, the Sharanagati doesn't happen, the Kshudra Aham will somehow manage and continue to attempt to protect itself. In Sharanagati alone, Ananya Bhavana alone, this sort of a thing fades off. It's a gradual process. Through repeated mistakes we learn, and we realize at every stage, oh, it was such a relief. I used to cling on, I don't. I'm a much better person also. There are grades in this. But the final elimination is complete, and aho jatam, saphalyam jatam, ayatnatah. Then you can exult in that. But we are all led, and since we are Dikshita, and the Guru is also Dikshita, even if there are lulls in your sadhana, revive them through occasional satsangs and very determined efforts at upasana on good days, like Mahashivratri, etc. This flame will never die out, but it has to burn away all dross. Encourage that. I'm very happy I got this when I was told at over the Samadhi of Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi, they have this, a quote from the Ramana Gita. It was put in words by Ganapati Shastri, but this particular stotra, shloka, I believe Ramana Maharshi himself uttered it. हृदय कुहर मध्ये केवलं ब्रह्म मात्रम अहमहमिति साक्षात् आत्मरूपेण भाति हृदि विष मनसा स्वं चिन्वता मज्जता वा पंच पवन चलन रोधात् आत्मनिष्ठो भवत्वम्. Hridaya Kuhara Madhye, in the cave, in the seclusion of the heart, Kevalam Brahma Matram, just Aham Brahma Rupena, Bhati, it shines. Aham Ahamiti Sakshat Atma Rupena Bhati. Aham iti Sakshat Atma Rupena Bhati. ईश्वर सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशे हे अर्जुन तिष्ठति. दहर कुहर मध्ये Shruti Vakyas are there. So that Brahma Tattva shines in the Anahata, in the heart of all living beings. Aham aham iti Atma Rupena Bhati is the Aham Rupena Bhati. There is Ishvara within me and I am something else. No. Aham Rupena Bhati. Generally in the Mahavakyas you have the three elements, Tat, Tvam and the Asipada. And here it is aham. You don't have to have an aham asmi. Aham eva asmi. No. Aham iti bhati. The direct realization, this I am, period, it ends there. That was his realization and that is what he has brought out. So you can meditate on that. And the best part is Hridi Visha, Pravisha, entering the Anahata during a meditation, etc., feeling the presence, Manasa Swam Chinvata Majjata Va, isolating that Atma Tattva from all dross, this alone I am, और उसी में निमज्जित होना, तन्मय हो जा, निमज्जित होना, डूब जाओ उसमें. Both ways. To the Vedantic process of inquiry, I am not this, I am not this, discover the pure Atman, or having sensed, lose yourself in it, in that exaltation of bhakti, nimajjatava, or pavana chalana rodhat atmanishtho bhavatvam is the upadesha. Become atmanishtha, positioned in what? In myself. In myself is I am this, I am so intelligent, or I am so powerful, or I am so weak. Not that Atma, as you perceive yourself as a Jiva. The Shuddha Atma, Atmanishtho Bhavatvam. 3 upayas have been given. It's very strange, I didn't know this. I mean, that Bhagavan himself had said, given these. One is the intellectual inquiry, purifying yourself, establishing Shivoham, or sensing it in your better moments through your upasana, feeling that presence, lose yourself in that, give more importance to that, and then attend to the world. The inspirations will come, the guidance, the protection will come. Don't feel yourself you are alone as an individual and somewhere Ishvara and somewhere the Guru. Feel that present, that Advayam Atmanam Hridaya Eva Nimajjan, usi mein doob jana. Bade Maharaj Ji, that is Narsingiri Ji Maharaj Ji, tremendous, what a saint, and what, if you can say, Laukik accomplishments. He had such great Shishyas. He had one Rameshwaranand Ji Maharaj, he had Kashikanand Ji Maharaj, who was Shastrartha Maharathi. He had Maheshanand Ji Maharaj, they were the seniors, and he had Swamiji also as his Shishyas. He set up so many things. His Shishyas were from all over the place, and in the north they were from Lahore also, and during partition they came, they had to flee Pakistan with whatever they could just carry on their whatever sack. When they came there, he made the sannyas ashram for them, the first refuge in Delhi. Tremendous. And when he felt his job was done, so to say, he went to Kashi in Dakshinamurti Mutt. He used to do Ganga Snan. At that age, he was very feeble. Go in a boat right in the midst of Ganga Maya, away from either bank, and then a ladder would be put down. Slowly he would climb down, and at least till the chest, Kati Paryanta, or at least till the chest in water, he would do japa and still come up. And then that also was not possible because he had become very weak. He had given up anna, and he could do that, a sannyasi. At that time, it was very difficult for people to look him in the eye, that blaze of Atma Bhava. But then one person dared to ask him, Swamiji, dhyan kya rehta hai? What is dhyan? There was silence. After some time he said, देखो, पानी में डूबते हो ना, और गहराई, और गहराई, और गहराई. More and more depth you feel. It is like that. That is very beautiful. Because this pavana chalana rodhat atmanishto bhavatvam, this has also been given as one of the upayas. We have to have chintana. We have to do that Nitya Vastu Vivek. Chinvata, selecting, this is the Atman, no, this is not the Atman, this is not the Atman. It cannot be. I am unhappy. Is the Atman unhappy? Or I am seeing something. Is this? But who's seeing? All this discrimination has to be very, very strong if you don't want to get stuck at any stage. And at the same time, when you understand in your best moments, I say, lose yourself in that. Yen peri. I'll keep her busy. Huh? Enna peri? Peru. Enna peru. Hange? Yo, hey, konkani hai to. Hange? Now can go. Oh, you take dil liya. Khai na hai. Chocolate ho chute. Hamper zayab hai. Now she self conscious. Hello. Bhajan chocolate. So 3 upayas have been given. That is very, very necessary, and we use all of those. Henge. Now kal to kal hai. Now kal hai. Now. Huh? Tanvi. Huh? Kanvi. Paper khao na ka. So do the discrimination. This can't be me. I am not satisfied. That intensity should be there. I have reached. Who is there to tell you have reached? The approbation comes from the Guru. So no, I will make the attempt. At the same time, when you sense that goodness, lose yourself in it. There are times when you are doing japa, when you are feeling very good, there is tremendous intensity. At that time, don't disturb yourself. Just be with that. Be grateful also to your Guru, to your Ishtadevata, everything, and to your Atman, because Atma Prasad is required. It is Atma Prasad that we need. Guru Prasad is there, Ishvara Prasad. Ishvaranugraha deva pumsam advaita vasana. If Ishvara Prasad is not there, you would not be here. You would not be able to continue this. And that conviction, at least intellectual conviction, yes, I believe in the Akhandata of the Atman and not individualized Atmans. This itself is due to Isha Prasad. Then the situations that are created, the opportunities that we are granted, this is all Ishvara Prasad, Guru Anugraha. And we come there and, we lose ourselves because Atma Prasad nahi mila. So we strive for Atma Prasad. Atma Prasad means Vivechana. No, this cannot be. Sorry, this I don't accept, with firm conviction. And then when you feel very, very good about it, lose yourself in it. जैसे कहना गहराई में और गहराई में. And that is best brought about by the third, so to say, upaya. I take all 3 together. Don't say I'll select only this or that. Use all 3. Use your intelligence also, use your bhakti, and use Pavana Chalana Rodhanat Atma Nishtho Bhavatvam. Pavana Chalana, the Shwas Prashwas, deal with that also intelligently, because that is going to help immensely. In fact, the first sort of foothold you get, or that sense of, yes, I can do something, is through Pavana Chalana Nirodhat, the controlling of the Shwasa Prashwasa. Pavana Chalana, I like this word. Pranayam is slightly technical. Prana Shakti is massive. It is very, very, very subtle. The prana is all pervasive. The prana Shakti Chalana brings about the thoughts, etc. The prana Shakti is taking care of all the body functions. It is the prana Shakti which is bringing about this Pavana Chalana, breathing also. And when we do pranayam, first we cleanse the lungs, purify the nadis, etc. And then we learn to regulate the Pavana Chalana, the breathing. That is already being monitored by the Prana Shakti. So by being aware of our breath, by regulating it, especially during japa, etc., a sadhaka becomes aware of the Prana Shakti. It cannot be described. And the immediate effect is the mind also calms down. It becomes very one-pointed. So Pavana Chalana Nirodha is, or Pavana, yes, Rodha, the controlling of the breathing itself is one of the foremost upasanas. That's why I wanted to highlight this. Do the Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, or at your level, whatever the agitation. No, this is not me. I refuse to accept this sort of a feeling that I am experiencing right now. And in your better moments, cherish those. Demand, yes, this is closer to my Swarupa. I am not getting stuck, but I am moving ahead, at least towards the Satchidananda Swarupa. And then, through the Pavana Chalana Nirodha, consolidate it. Makes sense? Atmanishtho bhava, be pratisthit in the Atma. What a beautiful one. Practical also. Anything? Any questions? 3 stotras, there have to be some questions, queries. No? We didn't have a regular exercise or pranayam these 3 days. I think your Girivallam was enough to have you gasping and exercise. Oh, good, good, good. I'm impressed. So the simplest, the traditional meditation, etc. Learn to poise yourself physically. Use some elevation. You can keep your heels on the ground. A little elevation, even half a centimeter, an inch or so, makes a huge difference. You will suddenly find a lot of stress going out from the small of your back. Position yourself. Once you have decided where to keep your hands, then find out which is the correct posture. At that time, slightly tucked in the core. It should not radiate, not too tense, slightly tucked in. Now this breathing, pranayam has already been done. This is not pranayam. This is just the breathing that can be maintained during japa. If you are feeling very drowsy, Kapalabhati a little, or deep breath, not necessarily Bhasrika, but still. Remove all the stress, rolling of the shoulders. You are very conscious that you have tucked in. And then the breathing that happens, I don't do belly breathing. I am not doing chest breathing, and still my breath is about 3 seconds inhalation, 4 seconds exhalation. And this moment I am demonstrating, because the breath, when done seriously, the ninada will be the diaphragm goes down, pushes the ribs, so the movement will be felt here. And since this is constricted and you're not doing belly breathing, nor are you permitting this has to move. So make it gentle, not very forceful, because it has to be sustained over a period of time, at least half an hour or whatever you sit for the time that you, for the duration of your japa. Pavana Chalana Rodha. This very gently. Once this is established, if you've already done your Achaman, Pranayam, Nyasa, etc., first Guru Smarana. Distinct from me, my Guru. I do the Namaskar, all visualization. Your awareness comes first on the body. Remember, the stretching, etc., that you do it with your eyes closed. You don't have to refer to any manual. You have got accustomed to it, and feel that stretching, which is so relaxing, all that stress, tension going off from the body, palpable. Then the Guru Smarana, Ask for the grace, the anumati to sit for this particular session of japa. Feel that anugraha, that vatsalya coming in the form of Agni going around you, doing the digbandhana. You are protected. Very, very necessary. Then, as I said, before you think about the Hridaya Kamala, the Guru Padukas, which represent the entire parampara, the Amrita Abhishek that is being done, and all that Amrita cascading down. Complete purification through all my chakras, my entire body. The physical, emotional afflictions are just being washed away by this pure grace that is cascading down. I hold that for some time. And as a reciprocation, because I feel that love, I want to acknowledge, I want to offer everything. Aim Atma Bijam, my Kriya Shakti, Reem Vidya, emotions, Bhavanatmak, and Shri, completeness, everything offered back to the Guru Paduka. This process, done determinedly, brings about immense purification, and then you start your Ishta Mantra Japa. Visualization is, yes, as you have been given your Ishta Devata, so you are supposed to visualize, but it becomes difficult not only to visualize, even if you manage to sustain it over a period of days, can get difficult. So what we do is, a place like this, now if you have enjoyed this, you visualize even when you go home, you come here, you come this way, you see people, again, everybody, not this group, nice group, not so nice group also is there sometimes. So you walk up the aisle towards your Ishta Devata or your Guru sitting there, and you greet everybody. It's all manasik. You greet everybody. You say Jai Shankar, Jai Shankar, Jai Shankar, still Jai Shankar. Let go of all the resistance you have. Literally see that. What is the harm? People you don't like or who don't like you, you can't think of them. You're only thinking of them. That is think of them. They are also there. They have also come propitiating your Guru. So you say Jai Shankar nicely. Very, very happy. Greet them. Let it rest there. Let it be done with it. At least for this 15 minutes, half an hour. No calculations. Just go out straight. Then visualize this. Feel the presence. You have done namaskar. You come here. Abhishek going on. You participated in the puja. Hold that. You have brought flowers, you have brought Bilva Patra that is being offered. Then you come, you sit here, you have the Deepam going on. As I said, feel that, the play of the wind on your skin. Feel that, live this literally. Beautiful. That sort of visualization you can do, and you will be, you won't realize it. Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes that you are visualizing, the japa is still going on very intensely. Then focus on the Bijakshara or the mantra that you have been given. And that is beautiful. All that has been, the Vivechana has been done. You start off literally, practically, no raga, no dvesha. Because this is absolutely no meaning. Kitne hi janma liye hain, this Atma, I don't know in my next life I'll have this fellow at all. I don't even know if I had. So why should I make this so important that when I go up to my Guru, I'm still confounded with these emotions? Done with. So Raga Dvesha has been. So that Vivechana will go at a very deep level when you sit with your eyes closed and start the japa. Any thought that comes, remember it is just this. It is the self-preservation. I am. So what happened? Oh, that happened. Something happened. And there I didn't come out intelligent. So next time I'm going to say this. So there I'll be. This is all that goes on. It is just that aham, that kshudra aham that is we are trying to protect, because that is all we know. Our survival is I am safe and bas that my job is done. Here we don't want to be limited to that kshudra aham. What do we want? Shuddha sakshat atma rupena brahma matram iti bhavayet. That is what I want. So I have to give up. So at least in my better moments when I am sitting for japa, let me do this decisively. So every attempt that you make, you come out a better and a stronger person. You'll instinctively, that the spurana will come, and that is the spurana we want. A situation which used to confound me or used to make me apprehensive, now effortlessly I can go through it. Vaggi hadre. Uh-oh. Do this. It helps immensely. So your upasana also should help you at, so to say, a vyavaharic level. Only then you will have the conviction. Otherwise, aham brahmasmi, but this is going on. It doesn't make sense. Through this, pavana chalana nirodhat. I love this word because pranayam, again I have to explain. See, prana shakti is beyond your grasp. You can't control prana. It is that which brings about all the thoughts and sets them into motion. It is that which is causing your autonomous breathing, etc. You become aware of that when you do your japa. That's about all. But the pavana chalana rodhana that is there, yes, this is what we do. So very gently. So when the intensity again develops, see, ensure once in a while you do a check, even when you are sitting for japa. Is the posture okay? Or if you have slouched, see if you need some backrest or sit up straight again. All these things. That goes on. Also ensure that you are not contorting your face in an attempt to concentrate. Many people do that. Happens. Okay, relax, relax. Lazy. Not up, not down, but level. And then the breath, that breathing, that gentle breathing itself will, as your biofeedback. It creates a very, very good state of peace and poise. And in that your intensity through the buddhi can be maintained. So you have tackled your mind, you have tackled your emotions, and your buddhi is now focused on the mantra. And there, aham rupena bhavayet. This is the Upadesha which I found very pertinent as a culmination of whatever we have done. And in this, the Sarvatma Bhava is definitely established. With devotion, with love, with conviction, continue with your upasanas. Very happy. We'll have a bhajan and we are going to have, I think Dakshineshwar is now going to be, some extra seva is there today. Nritya Kala also. काल केले लेंच कर यहाँ भुवनेश्वरी ले आज ही जाहिर न है अंगेल होट काल कर काम आज कर चेशिला we'll do it again. I like this. Chitsvarupa Mahamona Nadaspanda Ringmai Chitsvarupa Mahamona Nadaspanda Ringmai Chiti Shakti, Chitswarupa, Mahamauna, but only in Mahamauna is she perceived. Otherwise, with our chatter, we can only sense her presence. When all the other thoughts die down with our determined efforts and the grace of the Guru, then she flashes forth. So in Mahamauna, she is perceived. Nada Spanda, leading us, leading our mind, leading our buddhi towards her is the mantra. So when the mantra starts, regulated very nicely with the breathing, if it stops, it is in samadhi, but not out of hypertension. Gentle breathing, pavana chalana rodha, with the focusing, emotionally already strengthened because of the Guru Smarana. The mantra leads us within. Vaikhari Vani has already stopped. We are conscious of the mantra happening at the Madhyama level. Chaturvani Sulakshita, she who is indicated by the 4 levels of Vani. And then when you realize you have been sitting for an hour or more, Mantra Siddhi, Asan Siddhi is 3 hours, but a sustained amount of time, you were not aware of the passage of time. Yes, probably at the level of Pashyanti, you are reciting the mantra or you are paying attention to. There is hardly any conscious effort that has to be made. That leads to dhyana in para, aikya, in that rinkaramayi. Prakashamanam prathame prayani pratiprayani pyamrutayamanam antah padavyam anusancharanti anandarupa avalam prapadye anandarupa avalam prapadye. Shri Gurubhyo Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Aim Hrim Shri Gurubhyo गुह्यातिगुह्यगोप्त्रीत्वं गृहाणास्मत्कृतं जपं सिद्धिर्भवतु मे देवी त्वत्प्रसादान् महेश्वरी। भवानी शंकर मम शरणं, भवानी शंकर मम शरणं, भवानी शंकर मम शरणम्। ॐ नन्दन्तु साधकाः सर्वे विनश्यन्तु विदूषकाः अवस्थाशाम्भवी मेस्तु प्रसन्नोऽस्तु गुरुः सदा। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखमाप्नुयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव।